Hi, I'm Daisy. I'm on the San Diego Climate Week Planning Committee. I will be handling all the event registration. So today I just wanted to go over really quickly what that process looks like. So to help you with any kind of, event registration questions you might have. So let me share my screen. All right. So the first step in all of this is to make sure you go through the event submission guide. This will have all the event criteria that we would like you to comply with. So once you have your event idea kind of formulated or at least drafted, you can kind of start thinking through some of these event criteria to make sure that the details of your event fit all the guidelines that we've set. So all of these are quite important. It aligns with our mission. It takes place during Climate Week, has a theme of resilience, is completely managed by yourself or your organization, um, is registered on Lu.ma, is inclusive. So if tickets are open or if they are charging, if you do charge, at least 10% of those tickets are free. You offer guidance on transportation and provide plant forward options if you are serving food. You're limiting waste and disposing responsibly, acknowledging the land, and tagging San Diego Climate Week as a partner. So that's the marketing piece, but we'll also be promoting your event as well. So these are all important to take into consideration. But once you have this all figured out and everything checks off, this is when you would go to register your event. So the first way of doing things is to just create an event yourself in Lu.ma. And if you're not, quite ready yet to publish it onto the San Diego Climate Week calendar, you can just create it on your own account and figure out the details. But at the least, create the event on Lu.ma. So yeah, you can see here, it's within Climate Week. The venue is there. Another important call out is to set San Diego Climate Week as a host. So you would go to add host, and then you would just type in hello at San Diego Climate Week. Right now, I've already added it, so it's not coming up, but that's what it is here. And just make sure it is given manager access, because that's what we'll need. Cool. And then another thing too, in the registration section, you can also set like event capacity. You can set the registration to be open or closed if it's not ready quite yet. And just, you have a couple of different options for how you want to set this up. If you are charging, you can set that up here and set up your, payment methodology. If you want to, recommend donation-based entry, you can include that in your description and then manage that offline however you see fit. As part of the registration questions, we do require a certain set of questions be added. So if you refer back to the guide, it's just some demographic details that we would like captured. This will help us in, understanding our audience for Climate Week and help drive, insights for years to come in the future with other Climate Week, other San Diego Climate Weeks. So just add these questions. If you have any questions on how to do that, feel free to reach out to me, but it should be pretty straightforward. You go to the custom questions section, add a question. I think most of these will be options. So you can type in the options there and copy and paste from the document. Cool. So once this is all set up and you're ready to share it with San Diego Climate Week, you would grab this Lu.ma link, head to San Diego Climate Week's calendar, click submit event. And here you can see you can create a new event straight from here. So if you feel like it's ready and you have all the details, you can do that here. You can always edit it afterwards. But if you have an existing Lu.ma event, you can click here, which is what we just did. So we are going to submit a Lu.ma event, add that URL, click submit, and then we're ready to go. I actually already submitted it, so you'll see that it's pending. And then I will go and do the approvals to make sure that, if all the guidelines have been fulfilled. However, that is not the last step. That is to submit the event to the calendar, but there are a couple of things that you need to do to submit it to fully. So this is the other registration link, and you can also find that in this document right here. So this is what the landing page will look like, and then you enter in your URL from Lu.ma. And then from here, there's 3 sections that need to be filled out. It's more information about you as an event organizer, some demographic details, logos to help you promote the event, some details about the event, if you're interested in paying for event advertising, and then just a final check to make sure you fit all the event criteria. And then after you hit submit, that's when your event will be ready for review for me. And then I will do all those checks to make sure that all of the criteria have been met and you've submitted both through the Lu.ma calendar as well as this form. And then after that, we have some other details in terms of like how you can leverage Lu.ma and how to promote the event. But that is all you need to know for registering your event. And like always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to hello@sdclimateweek.com. I will be able to answer any of those questions, and we also have office hours every Friday, so feel free to look out for those and ask your questions then. Cool. Thank you.